Hello, welcome everyone. I hope everyone is having a great time and great weekend as well. And Esther is with me here.
Welcome.
And welcome to, we didn't tell them what we are welcoming them to. So it's Knowing Who You Are, as you know. And first of all, apologies if anyone got confused, because last week we said we will have our live on a Monday, but today is a Sunday. But normally we try to, we are kind of experimenting at the time, because sometimes I find that people are busy on their Mondays, and some people have informed me that Mondays are not good for them, and Sundays are better.
Yeah.
But some people said Mondays are better for them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a bit of a hit and miss. I wish I could do it both days, but unfortunately, time is an issue, and there are other things to do, other commitments.
Yeah.
So here we are. And we have people joining in, and welcome everyone.
Nice.
So to do a recap, we have already posted a new podcast on the channel. It's on YouTube at the moment. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. So everywhere, wherever you want to see that or listen to it, you can do that. So we are trying, as you know, as I always say, that we are trying to build this community together around some depth. So we talk about the issues that we suffer from and how we can help each other by sharing our stories. And Esther has joined me from the second live stream.
Yeah.
And so far, so good.
Yeah.
How do you find it?
I love it. I mean, it's interesting how we normally say, okay, let's do like 45 minutes to an hour. It ends up being like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because we have all these great people calling in. And I think the best part is that the whole idea of the platform was to obviously open it up for people to share solutions. Not necessarily share the problems only, but also how they've gotten through it.
Yeah.
And then people who have the problems and not necessarily have the solutions can, use those and be part of that. And anyway,
there are people
nice.
basically, they're coming up with great solutions, I would say.
Amazing input.
And also there are things sometimes you feel like you want to know about, because everyone's experience is quite unique.
Yeah.
So once they start sharing it, so I can already see people are joining, and I can see there are many people. I'm trying to just pull up the live on my phone just to see what's going on. Anyway.
You're on your phone.
Yeah.
In the middle of a live.
I'm sorry. So
for technical issues.
yeah. So we are here. Good. So I'm with you, everyone who's watching as well. And Esther, I'm with you too.
Great.
So we have 4 people here at the moment. And people are joining. The people who are joining from all around the world, as I say, that you can have live interaction with us. There's a studio number, and you can call us. We can have a chat.
Yeah.
And you can, if you're not in England, you can call us using WhatsApp, which people have been doing. We had called from America, we had called from Belgium, we had called from Bangladesh.
Last week we actually managed to have every single time zone on the planet.
That's what you checked.
Yeah, I did. I checked it out because we had someone from Canada, we had someone from Texas, we had numbers of people from England, and we had people from Europe, and we even had someone from Australia.
Oh, yeah.
And so we basically went all the way around. Oh, sorry.
Let's see who we get today.
Don't kill off my mic in the beginning.
So, যারা বাংলাদেশ থেকে আমাদের সাথে যুক্ত হচ্ছেন, কারণ বাংলাদেশে it's not Sunday, it's not the same. It's a weekend here in England.
Right.
So it's the end of the week for us, or for some people it's the beginning of the week. But in Bangladesh, it's almost like the beginning of the week. So Friday and Saturday, they have the day off. But on Sunday, they start their work day, I think.
Yes, okay.
So, but still, I hope people will be joining us. And you can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Facebook Live. So what we are discussing last week, things come up. We start with the topic. We were talking about negativity last week, and how we deal with negativity, how we deal with stress and things like that. But if we continue that conversation, people who are watching, and we have heard from people who had been through COVID, like Rocky from Austin, Texas, he was in bed for 20 days in a hospital, and he came down with COVID, and how he handled, and what were the realizations after that. So today I thought we should talk about a term we see most of the time, especially whenever we talk about mental health issues, there's always something that comes, our word over and over again, is resilience.
Yes.
What do you understand by that?
What do I understand of resilience?
Yeah.
It's the power to bounce back, the embracing the situation that you're in and pulling yourself through and coming out good at
Yeah.
the other end. That's
Yeah,
definitely-
it's the same thing, like bouncing back out of
Yeah.
the inevitable situations like the disappointments, stress, failures
Yeah.
of day-to-day life.
Yeah, and having to sort of like grind your teeth and go,
Yeah.
like, okay, that wasn't right, or
Yeah.
that wasn't workable, or
It's
something.
the opposite of fragility, basically. So when people are too fragile, they're like any time something happens to them, they're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? My life has ended, or I'm just towards the end of my life, or things like that. But when you have resilience, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's a thing that it's as I was saying last week as well. Things like this, they're like more like a muscle.
Yeah.
Say, for example, when we have, you need to have the emotional intelligence, but it's more like a capability, like you have that. But the thing is that if you have something, everyone is born with a certain amount of talent or certain kind of talent, but unless it is practiced
Yeah.
and you practice it over and over again, like anything, like when people go to the gym, they work on a particular muscle, then they see the differences that muscle shows and things like that. The same thing if you have courage, determination, and you have resilience or anything we talk about.
Yeah.
So if you want to fight back, then you need to practice those things. You need to face, but how are you going to make it stronger? How are you going to practice it? That's the question. So resilience, so what we are saying, resilience is your ability to bounce back from the inevitable failures, disappointments in life, and stresses that you face day-to-day life. So the thing is, how are you going to practice it? What do you think?
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm asking you. You don't have to come up with the
that's
right
okay. No,
answers.
you're
Just
always
let's
putting
see.
me. You're always putting me on
On
a
the
on a
spot.
fantastic spot, which is fine because just so everyone knows,
So I can have a glass of
he
water,
doesn't generally tell me what we're going to discuss, and I don't specifically ask for it because I think it's important that you get my first viewpoint or my first
That's
opinion
very,
on
very
something.
nice
So
approach.
now you all think that you're on the spot, but so am I. So
You're on the right track, by the way. Once I'll start talking about it, you know that you're on the right track. And in the
Yeah.
meantime, I think people who are watching,
yeah,
let's put out the number for you. So anyone who'd like to join this conversation, all you have to do, if you're calling from England, you have to dial that number. And if you are using WhatsApp, or if you be calling from any part of the world, then you can use WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Sorry, the other way around. So where I was going, someone has probably. Oh, Mari
Marie
has joined.
Hello, Marie.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Nice to see you. So, yeah, you were saying how to practice resilience, how you would get stronger.
Right.
What are the ways?
Okay. Well, I think it's always best to use a personal experience as opposed to some sort of metaphoric idea, because I think if you've lived something yourself and survived it, then you actually have a right to talk about it. And I think one thing that was really interesting is when I was in the ballet academy, I did auditions for the first one. So there was several academies I could go to, and I did auditions for the first one, and they basically didn't accept me in the first academy, and that was because of my height and because of several other things which were just not right. Which in hindsight, I'm very happy that they didn't hire me, because it would have actually broken me physically. But and you could say, well, you know what? When you're down, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go. Like when you've just heard a heartbreaking news, the last thing you want to have is someone telling you, "Come on." You just want to punch their lights out, because it doesn't actually solve anything. So for me personally, I looked at good. What happened? Was it really true, or was it not true? Was it correct? Was it not correct? And if it was correct,
How old were you?
12.
Okay, that's pretty mature for someone.
Yeah, and I had the very good fortune of my parents, who were both very much, look, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to give up ballet altogether, through my ballet, blah, blah, blah. And they were very good. They're like, good, you know what? Take some time out. You've been under the stress of an audition. And can you imagine you standing there as a 12-year-old girl with a number on your chest, being treated like cattle? I keep hitting the mic, I'm very sorry. And so you come out thinking that you're no good. And And the push was just good. Just keep doing it because you love it. Why do you want to be a dancer? Why do you do it? And they just rehabilitated sort of this feeling of why I wanted to do it. And I went to the next audition, and then I got through.
Yeah, but in the meantime, probably you practice as well.
Oh, I never stopped practicing.
You
but
got
I
some
didn't.
perspective as
But
well
it was really
where you
when
went
I was
wrong.
able to step back and go, good. The truth is, I don't want to be that kind of a ballet dancer, so that was fine. The truth was also, I love ballet and I didn't want to give it up. So, I just followed that. And from that, I actually was able to build my confidence up again. And in hindsight, they did me a huge favor by not accepting me because physically I would have not
Yeah,
made
I
it.
mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And very good point what she was saying, that her experience of building up the resilience. One thing, you have to be able to deal with failures.
Yes.
Because sometimes, as I was saying, the opposite of resilience, যেটা আমরা বাংলায় যদি ট্রান্সলেট করি, প্রপার হয়তো শব্দটা আমার হবে না, কিন্তু সেটা হচ্ছে যে ইনার স্ট্রেংথ, যে আমার যে শক্তিটা ভেতর থেকে আসবে, সেরকম একটা শক্তি, এটাকে যদি ডেভেলপ করতে হয়, অপোজিট অফ ফ্রিজিলিটি হচ্ছে যে ভঙ্গুর, সহজেই আমি খুব ভেঙে পড়ছি, যে কোনো কিছু হচ্ছে। তো সেরকম সিচুয়েশনে what she faced when she didn't succeed in her audition, the thing is that if you could have just given up and said, okay, it's not for me. But then the way is to bounce back. But how you do that, get some perspective. What happened there? Definitely other girls could get selected, and where I went wrong. I mean, just you can blame it on your height, blame it on your weight and everything. But there are people who have done impossible things, despite their their physical obstacles. So
Absolutely.
the things that is doable. So
Yeah.
you have seen that one. So getting some perspective on the things, because normally sometimes when we are faced with some difficulties, we imagine all the negative things.
Yes.
And first of all, we start with the worst. I mean, many people say, and especially in one of my podcasts, one of my contributors, one of my guests, Srijani Ghosh, she said that one of the things we as Asians, normally we have this tendency of look at the most negative aspect of things, get yourself prepared. Fine. We feel that we'll get stronger like that. But the problem is that you make yourself weaker, because you suffer then more in your imagination. You lose sleep over it. You can't sleep all night, and every day you're worried. But then what happens is that it could be really, the reality won't be that worse. So that's one of
That's just an Asian thing, though. To be honest, I think.
True. I mean, being an Asian, I say that, and I was drawing that analogy because the guest was Asian too.
Yeah,
but it's really good to have Esther as well, because
I think
being a Westerner, you can, have some perspective on it too.
Yeah, I think it depends the circumstances. Because if I look at, the ballet academy as an example, and the girls that I shared with in my class, they were all in a state of being petrified and fearing the worst and blah blah blah. I think if you put yourself in a certain environment, everyone's going to start being that way.
And also, I mean, in life, there's another thing that sometimes we don't realize, the good things that happen to us. All the time, we count all the bad things that happen. Say, for example, our thoughts, everything we are thinking, it's always on repeat. It's not that one thing you think about in the morning, that's done, it never comes back. It comes back.
Yeah.
So you started with a negative thought, say, for example. Fine, done.
Yeah.
But then after 1 hour, you think about that too, again.
Yeah.
But then you started the negative thought, so again the negative thought. So since it's on a repeat, every time you're going back to a loop of negativity, you're just keeping on thinking of the negative things.
Yeah. I find that happens when there's something not resolved. When you're just going through your mind, like you're trying to figure out. I personally do, and again, I speak from personal experience. I'm not a professional in the area, but I look at why is it that something keeps coming back to me, is because in my mind I haven't settled something about it, and that's
one thing, definitely. But the thing is that there won't be everything in life that you can settle.
No, that would be nice.
There will be many things that will be unsettled, and we have to accept that.
Yes.
যে জীবনে সবকিছুই কিন্তু সমাধান করা সম্ভব হবে না। আমরা যদি মনে করি যে একেবারে সবকিছু গোছানো হবে, সবকিছুই সমাধানযোগ্য ব্যাপার, তা কিন্তু হবে না। তো সেই জন্যই বলছি যে রেজিলিয়েন্সের কাজটা কি, যেখানে আমরা নিজেদের সাথেই যে ইনার স্ট্রেংথ, নিজের একটা আত্মিক শক্তি, সেটার মাধ্যমে সেটাকে কি করে ডেভেলপ করব, যেখানে আমি অনিশ্চয়তাকে ফেস করব, যেখানে when we can face uncertainty, when we can face the pains of failures, and the fear of rejection, because every time we fail, we are like, oh my God, no one's going to love me anymore because I'm a failure.
Yeah.
So this is what I was talking about last week. So anyway, that's one of the things, because what I was saying, we have to start counting the good things that happen in our lives.
Yes.
And many things, what we forget to remember, we say the bad things that happens is totally undeserved. I mean, I didn't deserve it. Remember, I mean, আমার প্রাপ্তি ছিল না, এই খারাপ ব্যাপারটা যে আমার কপালে ঘটলো, এটা আমার হওয়ার ছিল না, আমি সবসময় ভালোটাই ডিজার্ভ করি. So all these undeserved bad things that happens, if you count it against your unearned good things, say for example, things that you don't earn yourself but suddenly happens. Anything happen like that?
Oh, lots of times, yeah.
Give an example. আপনারাও দিতে পারেন. বাই দ্য ওয়ে, আমি জিজ্ঞেস করছি যে আপনাদের জীবনে এমন কি কোনো কিছু ঘটেছে রিসেন্টলি যেটা আপনি আশা করেননি কিন্তু হয়ে গেছে? আবার অ্যাট দ্য সেম টাইম কিছু খারাপ ব্যাপারও ঘটছে জীবনে. এখন খারাপ এবং ভালো আমরা একটু শুনি যে আপনার কাছে মনে হয় যে ভালো ব্যাপারটা ঘটেছে, যেটার জন্য আপনি কোনো প্রিপারেশনই নেননি, কিন্তু হঠাৎ করে হয়েছে আপনার, এরকম যদি কোনো এক্সাম্পল থাকে, প্লিজ গিভ আস এ কল, is 07308192908, and you can call us through WhatsApp 004407308192908. So give us a call. We are here to take your call and we can discuss the conversation while I listen to Esther what unearned good things that happen in her life. We'd like to talk about it. We'd like to learn from her. Mai is there too. She can write. She can let us know if there's anything that has happened recently that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
So that's when you realize, okay, I'm always talking about the bad things that happened to me, but what about the good things that I didn't even work for? It was like a blessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're saying.
Well, I don't look at them as something as I don't deserve them, because I think whatever comes to me, somehow I have created it somehow in a good way, whether it is because I did something good for another person and I somehow it's reciprocated through another person. You know, I've had, for example, I was in a shop.
We are coming to that point too.
Where I was in a shop and I saw something was priced at a certain thing in a certain way, and the woman said, "Oh God, this is not actually a sales price." I said, "Look, I wanted to check with you. This doesn't look like a sales item, but it wasn't a sales rack. I would like to buy it." And she said, "Well, it's not actually sales." And she said, "Someone must have put the tag on wrong." And I said, "That's fine. I wanted to be honest with you, and I paid the full price." And then I was like, "Okay, you know, fine, whatever. It's like 2-3 pounds more or whatever." And I go to an ice cream van, and there was a guy who had just done a whole bunch of ice creams for his kids, and the ice cream dude had done too many, so he had one spare. And he said, "Okay, anyone wants a free ice cream?" And literally 10 minutes later, I get a free ice cream.
Where was I?
I hadn't met you yet.
Oh, okay. Bad luck. I missed a free ice
You
cream.
missed a free ice cream.
At least I could share it with her.
But you would. You actually always do. But no, it was like it was really funny because the exact amount I had paid extra was the exact cost of the ice cream would have been, and that's happened a lot actually. Yeah. And I could think, oh, I'm not worthy. Well, I was actually, because I was being honest.
No, I mean that's when comes also gratitude, kritogota. সেটা হচ্ছে kritogota.
Kritogota.
Good.
Gratitude.
Yeah, gratitude, kritogota.
Okay.
Yeah, she got it. Okay, we will teach her off screen. So, but she did well, pretty well. So, কৃতজ্ঞতার ব্যাপারটা যেটা বলছি যে আমরা আসলে যখন এই যে একটা মানুষ আমাকে আইসক্রিম দিল ফ্রি, so a person had given me this free ice cream, definitely I was happy. I mean, she was happy, not I didn't. I wasn't there.
You were happy because you were healthy.
Yeah, I mean, you think about these situations and you definitely get happier because that thing has happened and you weren't even expecting it. You didn't work for it. Yeah. But then, if you have this gratitude towards the good things that are happening in your life or that has happened in your life, this is a very important point as well. So we have to understand, but based on these two things, first of all, get some perspective that why it happened, and also, is it that bad, and will I suffer that badly, or in reality, will it get that bad? Because most of the time, it doesn't end up being that bad. So anyways, যারা এখন আছেন আমাদের সাথে দেখছেন, I mean, as I said, we are testing whether this live show should be or live stream should be on Monday or on a Sunday. We see. We would decide based on that. And if we see that Monday was a better choice, we'll switch back to Mondays because,
we can do a vote.
yeah.
We can do a vote. We can ask people, just like you all voted for me to stay in the show.
No, you did well. And anyway, you would
I
have stayed.
know.
But the thing is, because one thing I do, what are the reasons for doing this show? Being in service to people in a sense that, say, when I read something, when I talk to people who know about these things and I learn something new, I feel like, okay, I can apply it in my life. But having been in the community, working for the community directly, indirectly, and through my shows and being in the media for a long time, so I have always been in the public eye. So I feel that I have a responsibility rather than definitely, yeah, as we were discussing, that I can give some entertainment value add to it when I sing or play my music. But on top of that, there are other things. Every human being, we have our own responsibilities towards the society and our community. So this time we are giving, literally no one's paying for me.
No.
It's totally free of charge. And why we are doing it, and it's a time we are sharing with people. I wouldn't say that I'm giving my time to people, but it's the most valuable thing you can give to someone.
Yeah, I think so.
And why we're doing it, because we care.
Yeah.
So we want to make it, because in resilience, when you want to be resilient, there's one way. If you find some kind of meaning in your activity or the things you're doing, that's one way of fending off stress. Say, for example, there are times whenever I feel a bit stressed, I mean, you can't always be happy. There are things you're worried about. It could be your work,
It would be unreal.
things
Like,
around
you
the
would not
house.
be dealing with
Yeah,
life
then I'm not
before.
living on planet Earth. I'm probably in heaven already. So during those time, I mean, when I do my podcast, or when I'm editing my podcast, say, for example, when I do this live stream, or when I'm reading something, or when I'm practicing my music, things that I love to do. Say you are a photographer, when you divert your mind doing some photography or some video editing or some graphics.
Yeah.
So those are the time that you find something meaningful that you're doing, engaging more with your community, doing the things that you love to do. And that makes you resilient over time, because you are comfortable facing these uncertainties, these uncomfortable situations. That's very important.
Very true.
তো সেটাই এখন আমরা যেটা জানতে চাচ্ছি, যারা আমাদের সাথে অনুষ্ঠান দেখছেন, আমি জানি না কোত্থেকে দেখছেন, if you can give us a shout out. I mean, I can see there are certain people who are watching. You can literally on the comment write down where you're calling from or who you are. That'd be really nice. So that adds meaning to what we are doing. We appreciate. I mean, it's not that, okay, nothing in return. Normally, when you do things like that, you don't expect anything in return,
No,
and we
it's true.
don't.
Yeah.
But our only return is that when we see that you're engaging with it, and at least you might get some information out of it or some use out of it. So that'd be really, it would mean something for us.
Or you might give information or a useful handling for something that could help others, since this video does go, it's live now, but it will be posted afterwards. And, that is the whole point of what we're doing.
Yep.
Because you could ask us, okay, so it's Sunday evening, so why are you not sitting, behind the television eating junk food? I think that'd be fun. But, and we do that too.
We do that,
But it's one of those things where we get a kick out of being here and spending this time with you and leaving something behind that can help. Because
About this junk food thing, you reminded me of something that I have a new episode that came out of the podcast.
Oh, yeah. An awesome
Lyndon Wizard.
Yeah.
So he's from the Jamaican background, and he's been a chef for 30 years.
Amazing,
but he calls himself the inspired diabetic, because back in 2015, he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and he cured himself just with a good health regimen and good food. Like proper food. It's not good food means expensive food. It's just eating properly, doing physical exercise, movements. And within less than 4 months, I mean, I would suggest everyone to watch episode 6. You'd learn a lot about especially diabetic people, because we have in our community, especially with growing age, you'll find there's someone in your family is a diabetic, whether it's type 1 or type 2. So he was a type 2 diabetic, and he cured himself without any medication, just with a good health plan, good dietary charts and things like that. And there I was mentioning, I said that, okay, yeah, every now and then I want to have a cheat day. But he said something nice. And because normally that's a very common word you see, oh, it's a cheat day. Because every time you're avoiding those sugary food, junk food and everything, you're going to the gym or walking, running, doing your hands-free exercises, whatever you do. But he said, I call it a reward day. That's a very nice word because cheat itself, the word is negative.
It shows that you've given up and you're
Yeah.
somehow violating your own decisions.
Yeah, and as much negativity, keep it out of your life. Reward day. So you reward yourself.
Yeah.
So like Esther was proposing before the show, how about, because she loves Mars bars, so you know, if you ever see her and you want to impress her, give
Mars,
her...
if you're watching, you can be our sponsor. Free Mars bars.
So yeah, so I got her a Mars bar basically at work. She was there. I just suddenly showed up at her work during her break. So I gave her the Mars bars and we still have 2 or 3 left probably. So she was just proposing earlier before the show. She said, how about, because we'll be getting into the show, how about we have this Mars bars? I said, yeah. And we talk about health and diabetes and everything, and we chomp on at our Mars bars.
Yes.
But the thing is that we haven't been able to lay our hands on that Mars bar, but let's see, it will happen. So
We promise we'll eat it afterwards.
I'd like to know people who are there, who we have today online and who we can see. That'd be really nice. Give us a shout out. And we already see probably, I don't know if Moi is still there.
Yeah, Marie's still there.
Marie's still there from Belgium.
Neha's also there.
Oh, Neha is there.
Yeah, hi Neha.
Hi, Neha. So, yeah, definitely. If you can give us a call as well. And whenever I mention call, people just straight away, okay, I was watching, they can see us, let's go. They close the live and they get away. So,
No,
if,
but so far everyone's been really good.
Yeah, I mean-
Marie, let's again kudos for Marie. She called last week and she doesn't even speak English.
amazing.
Amazing. We love
But
her.
sometimes it happened. I mean, every
Yeah.
time you see someone say hi, and straight away they're like, okay, no.
Yeah,
And they
it's
they
true.
go.
It's okay. We understand.
We understand, it's fine. But the thing is that it's about resilience, facing the uncertainty.
Not
And
listening to the negative voice.
yeah, negative voices. That's what we were talking about last week. So I would suggest pick up your phone. And today I want to know, just a simple question. Share a story with us that something happened which was like a unearned happiness or something, or unearned good thing that has happened in your life which you didn't pay for, which you didn't think about, which you didn't expect. And how do you balance it? How do you measure, or how does it measure up against all the undeserved bad things that you say that these bad things shouldn't happen to me? So any important question? Yeah, Neha said, hi, buddy. Love to watch your show as always. Thank you. So it would be great if you get in touch as well. Give us a call and that'd be nice chat. And I'm trying to bring the thing down so we don't look up like this as if we're looking in the sky.
Well, okay. So since we're waiting, how about an example of a time when you applied resilience to yourself and what made you able to pull through and out of the situation?
There's so many. I think it happens on a daily basis.
Okay, what happened today?
Going to the gym. Because I go to the gym, I bike to the gym. So every time I do that, my legs start crying out before they even know that I have the idea in my mind that I'm getting ready to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Straight away, the first thing that I hear screaming and crying out are my legs. So these 2 legs, they say, please don't, because the
Please
biking
don't
up,
go.
the place I go to the gym for, I have to bike uphill a little bit. That's one thing, and going back and forth, and it's not that close. So,
And
but
it's not very warm right now either in England.
but to be honest, the cold doesn't bother me. But the
No?
main thing is the thing. But once I'm out of the house, that's interesting thing. It's about good habits. I kept my the night before. I always pack my bags, and everything is ready. It's ready on the floor. Sometimes it's hanging, so I just have to pick it up and go get ready. But even to do that, sometimes there's some internal resistance that really stops me from, because I think probably my legs are like sending messages to my brain, stop him, no matter what. Don't let him go to the gym.
Yeah, you even said it today.
Yeah, and I was saying that
You're,
it's
like,
happening,
finding
but
every excuse.
yeah,
And I'm not helping because I'm normally, oh, hey, I have this idea, and I start another conversation or something.
that's the thing. And I get dressed, totally ready for the gym. Then again, I take probably another half an hour. But yeah, things like that. I'm saying the resilience that comes every time when you have this resistance and you break the barrier. So whatever happens, sometimes I don't feel good because the night before probably I didn't sleep enough. Because most of the time these days, what happens after 6.5 hours, I'm awake. Either I try to go back to sleep for another 2 hours or at least an hour, then I'm saved. But if I do something else, pick up a book, lying down, or start listening to a podcast or something, then I'm done. So that's what happened today as well.
Fair enough. Well done for overcoming, because you were gone in the
Yeah.
gym for over 2 hours, so that's good.
So I've done that. So that's one of the examples of resilience in a very minor form. But in life, every other day at work, say, for example, things around the house, not with you,
That's good.
but outside, there are a lot of things where you need some resilience and inner strength.
Yeah.
And even say, for example, people who are introvert, extrovert, for an introvert to go and talk to someone, that needs a lot of courage.
Yeah.
Because they are always fear. How about, what if they reject me or they brush me off, they behave or show some kind of attitude towards me? What am I going to do? So these are the things that creates that resistance. But every time you have to toughen up and you face those situations, because life out there is not that rosy, as we all already know. And there was interesting thought or school of thought in the Stoicism, the Stoic philosophers.
Stoic philosophers.
What they say, that life is not about, life is all about suffering. So no matter what, you can't avoid that.
Right.
So just toughen up and face it.
Yeah.
So that's how you fight back the resistance, and that's how you become resilient. So yeah,
I would say face it and embrace it.
face it and embrace
Because
it.
it's not just fighting it. Because if you're going to fight something all the way, like sometimes situations are just, they're just not right.
That's exactly. It's not that even you made it up, but that's what is suggested as well. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And face it and embrace it. And I'm going to remember that. It's really nice. I haven't come across this way in the rhyming, because she writes haiku as well. So our haiku poet, she came up with face it and embrace it. So yeah, that's very, very good.
Yeah.
Because you can't avoid it.
Well, not just that. The way to tackle situations isn't necessarily to put up a fight, because you don't always have... The thing is, we don't have to fight everything, and you're not saying that. I'm not even implying that you are. And just by being tough, doesn't necessarily mean that you're, you overcame it. Very often, if you look at situations and you go, good, what exactly is going on here? And you get the information, you can think with it, and then you can decide, okay, am I want to be a part of this or not? Or can I change this? Or don't I want to bother? Or no, thank you. And
Changing it, when you're saying that, it's an interesting thing, because our response is an important thing. That's why they said be the architect of your situation. How? Because everything that's happening now, say, for example, we are doing this live show, people are turning up, and we thought that there would be a lot of engagement. People would talk like last week, and they would be giving us a lot of call. But this is external circumstances. We don't have any handover.
Yeah.
But how we react to that situation,
Yeah.
that's important. We turn up, we are, having these engagements, and we can see amazing people. They're already supporting us. Even by being there, you're supporting us. That's
you are.
amazing.
Absolutely.
So
it makes it worth continuing.
exactly.
and
And that
standing
should be
doing
the
it.
reaction.
Yeah.
So it's not about you can change the circumstances. You can suddenly ask everyone to, or push everyone to pick up their phone, start making phone calls.
Absolutely.
If they don't do it, what your reaction towards it would be, how you welcome it, how you accept it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ways. So as I was saying,
Can I just give a good example of that? So,
please.
I was watching an interview with Ed Sheeran last week, and it was actually asked, like in the beginning, he did these shows for like 2 people.
even
Like one person would come to a show, and he would do the show. Because
because he used to do in old homes.
Yeah, he went to old people's homes, he went to circus grounds, he went wherever he could, he would play. And it wasn't because he was wanting to be seen or admired or loved.
It was very
because
interesting.
He loved the music.
Do you know how old he was at the
He
time?
was like 8 or 9 or something
No,
like that.
he started singing probably 3, 4.
Yeah.
But when he was doing that, he left home. He was out from outside London.
Yeah.
He came to London, and then he started doing couch surfing.
Yeah.
So in his guitar case, he used to have a spare cloth,
Yeah.
probably a t-shirt or jeans,
my God.
and he had one toothbrush and toothpaste.
Oh my God.
So every day his thing was that how people get up and go to work,
Yeah.
he would just go to a gig. He would
Yeah.
just take any gig.
Yeah.
Where there's one person listening to him, he would just go up. Showing up is one important thing.
Yeah.
Say if you say that you want to do something, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
because
No, I get it.
otherwise I lose that train
Yeah,
of thought.
yeah.
So if you are doing something in life and you want to be somewhere and you have a dream, you have a vision, say for example, I could have thought about doing this podcast. I've been on television, radio, a lot of things I've been doing, but I always wanted to do things where I don't have the influences from the management
Right.
or the television or the radio. They're not telling me what to do, what I shouldn't do. And I felt that there's a lot more I could bring to the table and help more people by speaking my mind and also speaking aloud, because that's our freedom.
Yeah.
And when your freedom is taken away, you can't be happy. So there are times when I wasn't happy. So, but if I had that vision and I didn't act on it, then it would be just a wish.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it would just be a loss, and you wouldn't have been able to gain. No, all I was going to say, it's the same for us in this podcast that we're doing. We're not doing it because we're trying to be liked or get likes or whatever else. We want to bring something and, in return, help other people. And that's what it's all about. Because
Very true.
Because in the end of the day, that is the whole reason why we're doing this.
No, I mean,
It's fun.
being is
It's
service
fun
to
as well.
people. When you do
Great.
it, always, we have this tendency now, as I can see, unfortunate, that it's always about me. But when you can turn it to we, that is helpful. I mean, it might sound bad, a little harsh. I'm not criticizing anyone, to be honest with you, but just sometimes even I do it. Okay, if something I'm doing, is it all about me or does it have any value towards we? And Neha made a comment, true, I do agree with face it and embrace it.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's true. Pick up your phone and give us a call. Yeah. I mean, probably we're not that upbeat today and people are not getting the vibe. I mean, we should start screaming probably. No, I mean, it's an interesting topic, and unless we have your support and everyone who's watching it and everyone who's supporting it, join the conversation and let us know, because there are a lot of things we are touching upon as we are going. But I would stay, whenever you're calling, there's one thing you can share with me. What recent incident that has happened with you and something good that has come your way that was totally unearned and you didn't have to work for it, it just happened. Is there anything like that you want to share with us? You can call us on that number 07308192908, or you can use WhatsApp if you're watching it from another part of the world. Probably it's very unlikely for people from Australia to give us a call. It's hard because
They're asleep right now.
they're probably sleeping, right? It's 11 hours. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
probably mid. I mean,
Yeah, no, after that. 'cause
no, they're
it's like-
advanced.
No, they're ahead.
Yeah.
So it's like in the middle of the night. for
It's-
them
it's
right
the middle
now.
of the
So
night.
Australia, we forgive you.
yeah. I mean, we have to do something. We have to change sometime or bring our
Anything's
live
fine.
stream
Yeah.
to another timing.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well, we
probably
did it last week somehow because it was for them. By the time we ended, it was first thing in the morning for them.
too bad is that we normally try to keep a very good routine for going to bed. But if only we are doing some late nights, then probably at 3 o'clock in the morning, we do a live stream for people in Australia, New
That'd be
Zealand.
fun.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd
nice.
be great.
We should
Yeah.
do it once.
Let us know. Send us a message if Australia if you want us to do a live stream in the middle of the night.
And you want to join, and that'd be
We'll do it in
great.
our pajamas.
Yeah. Okay. So anyone who's watching on Facebook or on YouTube, anyone, if you want to pick up your phone, you can join in the conversation 07308192908. We are talking about the inner strength, the resilience, how you build up, and what are the situations that you face or an instance that has happened in your own life where you had to use some resilience. And over and over again, when you face this unpleasant situation, it makes you stronger. So that's why when Esther was saying that face it and embrace it, it's about you can't avoid it. You have to face it, face the fear.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in a controlled environment, if you do that, because there's no point in suddenly trying to make a jump out of 8-story, 10-story building. I mean, that wouldn't be wise. Like facing the fear I'm talking about.
Because you're fear of heights or something?
No, I'm saying for someone, if someone is afraid of heights and
Yeah.
they're doing it. So that's why I'm saying control the environment.
Yeah.
So when you're taking those things, when you're creating those uncertain situations for yourself,
Yeah.
it has to be controlled.
Yeah.
That, okay, say for example, again, I love to bring up like my anecdotal story about my swimming. Like I had fear of water.
He did.
So rather than going to swim in the sea or even in the river, what I do normally, swimming pool. That's a controlled environment. But still I faced my, because I'm not scared that much.
I'm not saying anything.
No.
You've done amazing, considering someone who.
Oh,
has
and
like
Neha is,
that.
I'm a bit glossophobic. Woo!
What is glossophobic?
What is
What does that
glossophobic?
mean? Define the term.
Define the term glossophobic. Glossophobic. It's about, I think it has something to do with glossary probably, and phobia is her fear. And yeah, I can get some ideas. Think about it. You can tell us. By the way, last week we were saying, okay, for women, for their health, we have gynecologists. For men, what do we have? So I think we should give some credit to urologists for men's health, because they do exist. But you got it. Yeah, exactly. I got it. Okay. Yeah. You know,
Yeah, was
it
correct.
helps. But you can check exact meaning. You can say that if Neha is not sharing. But as I said, yeah, the phobia is probably about words, new words, things like that.
I see.
But let's see. I
Interesting.
could be wrong. Anyways, people, I don't know where you're watching from. I see quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
I
it
see a
is.
good
Nice,
number of
actually.
people are
It's
watching
great.
now.
Happy
And
that you're there.
yeah, fear of
Public
public speaking.
speaking.
Okay.
Okay.
See, face the fear in a controlled environment. When you're talking to two people, even though people are watching, you're not talking to them, pick up the phone.
You know, I was interestingly enough. Once I was taught by someone how to do public speaking, and there's this datum. I'm sure you've heard it. You see it in movies. Just think of the audience as not wearing any clothes. That's supposed to put you at ease, right? So I am standing doing
You'll
my
be-
first little public speech, and I was in school, and I just couldn't stop laughing. So my entire speech went to smithereens because I was giggling.
That's a bit. I'm thinking, I'm feeling sorry already for the people who are watching it, because those audience, they haven't done anything. It'd be unfair for them. And Neha starts imagining them in their underwear. I mean, I don't know
But you know
how
what I mean?
fair it would
But
be.
I'm sure people and everyone has heard that that's some sort of speech coding. It's the most rubbish datum I've ever been told, especially me because I was. Anyway,
And I mean, it's
understand,
almost
yes.
cliched now.
No, it is. It
Yeah,
is, 'cause it doesn't
it's-
actually do anything.
But the main thing is that you have to face it.
Yeah.
Say, for example, there had been some podcasters. I mean, they're real established podcasting agencies now, podcasting company, or even organization, and people on their own one-man army. They're big podcasters now. But what they have done, I mean, even they sometimes, after 5 years of their successful journey, now they brought that podcast. You have seen that.
Oh yeah, amazing.
There's this
Yeah.
one guy. I mean, he shared his podcast 5 years ago, and literally you couldn't hear his voice. He
Yeah,
didn't
showed,
know
like,
what he
this
was
is how
talking.
I started and what I looked like. It
Yeah.
was like sort of like
It's about inspiring how you get
amazing.
better. Because
Yeah.
the thing is that nothing happens overnight. And even when I look back at my first interview, my first TV show, I have my first TV show, by the way, in Knowing Who You Are on YouTube channel. There's a song, Ekdin Pakyure. So if you want to watch my first TV show where I was the
the
producer and
opening?
that was the opening of a live show, and that was my first TV show in England many years ago.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
seeing
Gane
it.
Gane Khala.
Yeah.
But before that, I was doing on and off other shows, but my own show where it was a live show. Before that, it was all post-produced shows. So the shooting was done. We did post-production, but first live show. And I was the producer at the same time. I was the presenter as well. So if you want to watch that song, Ekdin Pakyure, go to YouTube channel, Knowing Who You Are, Ershad Alamgir. You can find that song there. And I still remember, I mean, how hard it was. But I did okay.
You were resilient.
I
It was followed by an 18-year career in TV.
to be honest, no, at the time, I was younger. Like I was 15, 16, 17 years younger probably.
Oh my God.
So you can imagine.
Yeah.
So that experience wasn't behind me. It was just building up.
No, I mean what followed. I said,
Oh, yeah.
you were resilient because it followed almost 20
Exactly.
years. of
Well,
TV
to be honest
journey.
with you, every time I get onto stage, I get ready in the green room for a performance, and before going onto the stage, I feel there is a beating heart, and it's the palpitation is just out of control at times. Thing is, you were mentioning probably, or someone said that the moment, it was Durdana Ansari. She was in broadcasting for BBC World Services,
yeah.
and she said the
Amazing
moment
star.
the palm of your hand, they stop sweating, then it's a bad news, because then you are too arrogant, and that's when you start making mistakes.
Right.
So that's when even these live podcast shows, every time I start doing, I feel something inside, a
Right.
butterfly,
Yeah.
because I feel we have to do what we are here, and we need to get that message across, talk to people, engage with people, and give them some benefit. It's not about my performance anymore, though. Thank God.
Yeah.
I don't worry about that anyway, because I'm like, whatever it is, if you don't like me, you don't like me, but I can't change myself. That's what I am. So I'm okay with that. But the main thing
You
is
can
that,
change yourself, but you're not going to change it because someone else wants you to.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
being yourself.
Exactly. I mean, if I'm not happy with myself, definitely I would change it.
Yeah.
Neha said, I have been told to think public as cabbage cauliflower extra.
You mean like an audience of cabbage cauliflower?
Oh my God, all the heads
Wow,
are cabbage
that'd be
cauliflowers.
interesting.
Okay, just look at us and think that we have, she's cauliflower, I'm cabbage,
Yeah.
or she's cabbage, I'm cauliflower, and give us a call if you want. And yeah, Neha, I think, pick up the phone. I think if we have another musician, by the way. Do we have Shakib somewhere around? It's Sunday. How about you guys give us a call and we can listen to Shakib?
Oh yes, we would. Love
I mean,
that.
such an amazing singer, and it'd be great to have Shakib there.
Yeah, and talk about someone resilient.
Yeah, talk about someone resilient, and
someone
we'd
who
like to
can-
listen to
Yeah.
Shakib's story if he permits and if he wants to share, because he has been through a lot in his life, and he
Yeah.
had a journey,
Yeah.
because even music wasn't that easy for him.
No, he was
I'm
definitely
talking
not
about
given-
Neha's partner.
Yeah, he was
So
not given it on a silver platter. He fought for
yeah,
it all
he
the
had
way.
to go
Yeah.
somewhere else to practice guitar. And yeah, he's not here alone. Oh, that's
Oh,
sad.
okay, fine.
So on his behalf.
Well, our praise of him will be immortalized in this show on YouTube forever. And possibly we do another show at some point on the Monday when he can be there or something.
No, he can't be on Monday, so
fine.
far as I know. So it's weekend, I was thinking,
Fair
probably.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. Anyway. So anything that has happened, again, I'm asking everyone who's watching the show now, আপনাদের জীবনে যেখান থেকে আপনারা কল করে থাকেন, যদি আমি স্পেশালি এখন I'm addressing the people in Bangladesh, if you're watching, because normally during this time, people in Bangladesh, they engage with the social media lives or anything,
yes.
because that's the time before bed and they enjoy doing that. So আপনাদের মধ্যে কেউ যদি থাকেন যে আমাদের সাথে শেয়ার করবেন এমন কোনো ঘটনা আপনার জীবনে, যেটার জন্য খুব একটা সুখকর ঘটনা, যেটার জন্য আপনাকে কিছু করতে হয়নি, কিন্তু এটা আপনার কাছে চলে এসছে, কারণ আমরা বলছি যে কি করে আমরা নানা ধরনের আনসার্টেনটিজ, অনিশ্চয়তা বা খারাপ সময়গুলোকে ফেস করব। কিন্তু যখন আমরা বলি যে এইটা তো আমি ডিজার্ভ করি না, এরকম একটা খারাপ ঘটনা আমার জীবনে কেন ঘটলো, আমরা সবসময় বলি আমার জীবনে কেন ঘটলো, আমি তো সবসময় মানুষের ভালো করি, আমি তো একজন ভালো মানুষ, আমি কারো ক্ষতি করি না, আমার কেন ঘটে। তখনই চিন্তা করতে হবে যে আমার জীবনে এমন কোন ঘটনা হয়েছে যেটা টোটালি আনআর্নড গুড থিং, যেটার জন্য আমি চিন্তা করিনি, কাজও করিনি, বাট ইট হ্যাপেন্ড. So, yep, anyone who would like to give us a call, the number is, if you're in England, 07308. And Mo is watching.
Hey, Mo.
We can see Mo. Hello, how are you? And you can join us if you want to give us a call. And all you have to do is share a story with us where you can share with us and let us know that something, it's unearned, as I call it, unearned good thing. That's something that you didn't have to work for, but it happened. So you can share that story with us, and
Or a time where resilience.
or a time of resilience when you had to fight back or you have to bounce back. So if you have stories like that, definitely it would be inspirational. That's one of the things what we do, because everyone is learning. I'm learning. Esther is learning. We keep on learning every day.
Yeah.
And how I learn, I try to learn from great minds, experts, and where I have friends, mentors, I talk, I spend time with them. And when you have that company and when you get some resources and good information from people who really know what they're talking about, I feel this urge to share with people. And this is one of my subject of interest as well. So human mind, not in a negative way, but human mind, how we can help ourselves by giving a positive spin to everything that happens to us rather than keeping all the negativity out of your mind. This is one of the things that I really work for. So, yeah, I don't know if Mo is watching because your name is mentioned. So you could have picked up the phone. I feel like going to the other room and dial the number and call and talk to Esther. Anyway, anyone who'd like to share their story, as I'm saying, I kept the number there for a while. And for people who don't know who we are, this is us, Ershad and Esther. Ershad and Esther.
Ershad, Esther. E&E.
Okay, so, oh, God.
What happened?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So let's come to the point. So first of all, I was saying I'm enjoying your conversation, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Means a lot. So a few of the steps I've said to work towards your resilience or become resilient. One is get some perspective. Don't always think about the most negative things that's going to happen because it hasn't happened yet. And you're just working on the uncertainty because you're not happy with the uncertain অনিশ্চয়তার সাথে you can't fight back. So you just imagine something bad will happen. But in reality, it's not that bad. And the second one, I had said that there would be a lot of things that happens in our lives we can't control. And we have to be comfortable with this one. And we have to, in a controlled environment, practicing this uncertainty, being comfortable with uncertainties and facing it is very important, and toughen up. Because if you're too fragile, everything that happens, someone breaks a glass, you're not happy. Someone yells at you at work, you're not happy. Probably you go to university, one of your classmates or your teacher says something, you're not happy, or you're sad, or you even don't feel about going back to the classroom. I told you last week probably a story about my driving instructor.
Yeah.
And I used to get a temperature every time I had a class booked with him. But, and you know what I did? I have to share this story. For 2 years, I stopped taking any lessons.
Oh my gosh.
Because I failed twice. And after failing twice, I felt, okay, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to do it. Because there's no one who was telling me, who was pushing me. Because it's frustrating for people and you have to wait for your lessons. Then you take lessons. You're spending money, giving your time. Then you're failing. So I failed twice. And after that, I stopped driving. I didn't stop driving, by the way. I can tell that now. I have a driving license and I've been driving for the last nearly 16, 17 years in England. I started driving back in high school. But coming to England, when I had taken my test, I failed twice. And my driving instructor was so harsh. There is no room for any mistakes. You can't fail. And he would just keep on yelling right, left, and center. Probably he had a very unhappy family life or something. I don't know. I don't want to judge. But the thing is, every time I had a lesson booked with him, I would feel nervous. Because I know this 1 hour would be this yelling game, someone would be next to you, always nervous, and it's not really good. It doesn't feel good to be around nervous people, and people are always just these fragile people. Anything happens, they're not happy and they have to react.
Yeah.
That's why,
especially not when you're the target.
yeah, and especially when you're learning.
You become the target.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because you are learning. When you are learning, if the person who's teaching you is not compassionate and don't allow you to make mistakes, because that's the process of learning. That's the stage. One of the stages of learning, you go through your failures and the mistakes, and that's how you get stronger. That's how you get resilient. That's important.
I had a teacher once who told me that you're allowed to make mistakes, but you only make them once, you never make them twice. Because if you make them once, then you can learn from it. But if you then don't use that data to
You're stupid.
come through it, well, no, then you got it coming, right?
But I think still, I really don't agree with that. You can't
he
really.
wasn't talking about punishment. He's just talking about now we're going to check like what's wrong here, So it was one of those. It wasn't very intense. It was a cooking thing, but I kept messing up ingredients. And, obviously, after you put too much salt over and over and again,
What are you talking about? I was your teacher for cooking.
No. Oh God, no!
No, I'm not taking it personally.
This was someone who was teaching me how to do pastas.
Okay.
But obviously, I'm wasting food by doing it wrong each time. So
when am I going to have pasta?
You're not, because we don't eat pasta.
I cook it.
You make great noodles.
So anyway, your story, you're sharing. I stopped you probably.
No, that's okay. But the point is that if you learn from your mistakes, it's a good thing, obviously. But I think it's really important to find out why did you make that mistake. Like you asked me the other day, how come this omelette is so salty? And what happened? I normally I do like a pinch, but this time I had just gone blop with a big pot. Well, that's why it happened, so it won't happen again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think if you just go, that's wrong, then you can't learn anything from it.
Yeah, it's like the cats. They just shake their hands, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna have any salt on my fingers. Just, use the pot.
I basically was trying to keep it off my fingers. Yes.
Yeah. See. So,
Confession on the live podcast. Amazing.
oh my God, the whole story is coming out, as you can see. See, this is resilience as well. I mean, we are bringing it out. And my history of failure with my driving lessons and my driving
ballerina, and swimmer, cooking person.
This is about being comfortable with your failures.
This is
because
very true.
You come out of that at some point, and what you learn, take that lesson and use it for a better use. And that becomes, I mean, as I was saying, these are muscles.
Yeah.
The more you go through it, the more you face the stressful situations, the stronger you get, and you get comfortable. Because there's the statistics. It's about like countries who are not comfortable with uncertainties. They are more likely to fall for populist leaders.
Oh,
say in America, what happened?
We're not a political affiliation.
A couple of years back, that's what happened. Whenever you find a nation, a country, they're not really comfortable with uncertainty, that's when they choose whoever is saying that I will do this for you, and they feel, oh my God, this is he's so certain, and we are certainly going to get that, and they'll just vote for that person.
Yeah.
But there are countries who are comfortable to sit with the discomfort of this uncertainty.
Yeah.
They are patient and they have more cohesion. They're more together. I mean, this is one of the things I probably feel that even in Bangladesh, I feel people are so nice, so hospitable every time we go. And as a Westerner, when Esther went there, she was so impressed.
Amazing.
Shakib Khan Mimo. Oh.
Hey, Shakib's in the house.
Yeah, we're talking about you, and we heard you are not there. I don't know. I've just notified. Well, okay, great. So I don't know where you are, if you're at work or somewhere. We wanted you to give us a call and talk about, because we are talking about resilience today. It's about the inner strength, how we go through our obstacles and how we come on the other side victorious. This is what we want to know from you.
Yes.
Because you have some story that you can share with us, I'm
Not
sure.
Not a story, but I mean, you have represented resilience, the verb, through your life.
It's a noun.
Resilient.
Sorry, Ian in Harmony came out.
Because it was an action. I was just thinking, like, he's resilient.
Yeah. Resilient. Okay, no. So...
Are you going to get another high five?
And I'm going to go under... No? Okay. No. So, Shakib, you can give us a call. The number is there. 073081929.
We want to hear your story.
I mean, if you're busy, we understand. You can give us a short call.
And if you're busy, we don't care. No, we do care.
Give us one example from your life where you had to be really resilient and you faced that situation and then you came out victorious. And now you're stronger. You're more... You're stronger now. Okay, I'm free now. Great. Shakib, give us a call. Okay. You give us a call. You sing for us. And then also probably you can let us know what we are asking first of all. A few questions I have for you. Not hard. Nothing that Einstein solved. You won't be asked about that. Nothing about quantum theory. Nothing about quantum reality.
Only you would come up with something.
Nothing about neuroplasticity. These are the words Esther hates. And dopamine. And serotonin and no neurotransmitter.
Good. Shut up for a second. So what I did want to say something interesting.
Oh my gosh, she said shut up in light.
I did say shut up, and I say it again. So basically, one thing I realized while you were talking, it's actually a really interesting point because we're talking about failures.
Shakib is trying to call the number.
Okay,
we are waiting for your call. Let's see.
So I'll talk until you call. So for me, not being a ballerina isn't a failure anymore. Because I looked at it for what it was. I looked at it that I wasn't physically going to be able to do that. And when I realized that, it was all right. It wasn't like...
Yeah, dial it from the mobile, please.
Yes. I tried it and it didn't work. But I tried it and I realized this wasn't going to be working. It's like telling someone who's got no arms, yes, come on, be a basketball player. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? But if you don't look at it upon something that is a failure.
That reminds me of something. Matthew McConaughey from Hollywood. He
Oh,
had
yeah.
written a book, Green Lights. On that, he said that if there's something, there's two ways of losing sleep over. One is that you're so worried that you're losing sleep over, you're worried you can't sleep at night. Or you are so excited that you can't sleep at night.
Yeah.
There are two ways.
Yeah.
So in Esther's case, say for example, if you're too excited to go back to your ballet classes and everything that was happening there, you were excited to face it the next day. Okay, I can't wait for it like I wait for my swimming. So if it was the case for that, then you go for it. But if it's distressing you, it's taking the life juice out of you, then it's like it's time probably to pivot and think about something else. Probably it's not for you.
No, and I'm happy with what I did.
Because it's a short life, you
It
know.
is, and I'm happy with what I did. I'm proud of what I did. I did many performances. I'm super happy with those. And that was done. And I pretty much everything up to my present day, I view my
Oh,
life that
Shakib,
way.
I have to. Okay, there's one problem. You have to call from WhatsApp because this number you can call us from WhatsApp. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's from WhatsApp. Yeah.
You have
This
to
is-
call on WhatsApp, so that's how because there is a bit of a technical issue. I just remembered. Probably that's why. Yeah. If you call from WhatsApp, then it should be fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anyway, dancing.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That was
But I
interesting.
don't feel sorry about anything in my life, all the way up to the present day. I have no regrets. I'm not sad about the things I've done. Everything has brought me up to who I am today, and I'm very happy with that.
Exactly. That's one of the things that one of my guests has told me once. I asked him, "What are your regrets?" He said, I mean, during that time, whatever happened, because there's one thing that's very important and it's very interesting quote I remember, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So if you go back 20 years and you're thinking, oh my God, what happened in my life? I'm not happy about that. But you were not ready at that time for that particular thing in your life.
Yeah.
So you can't say that I wish it would have happened because you were not ready. That's why it didn't happen. So there's no regret, basically.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
if you live with your regrets, you won't move on in life. And things happen, we make mistakes, and there are things that doesn't work out for us. And we have to understand that we can't always come out victorious on the other side. Yeah.
Hey, we have
is here.
Shakib.
Finally, he made it.
Hello, caller. Welcome to Knowing Who You Are.
Hello, this is Nemo.
Hi, Shakib.
Hello.
You probably, because
Thanks
you only
for-
just got notified, you've only probably just heard about it, but we were talking quite a bit about you earlier as a stellar example of someone who is resilient.
So nice of you both.
But you are without question, hand over heart.
No, because Shakib, you have shared with me many times, you every now and then, and it's a sign of a strong person that someone is not embarrassed. Because many times when we have, say for example, many successful people in life, you meet them, when they become successful, they don't remember the days of struggle. They're like, okay, you remember that happened? It reminds me of that singer, Ranu Mondol, I think. Because when she was found first in India, she was singing as she was begging on the street. And then she was taken to Bollywood. After she was taken to Bollywood, she had sing one or two songs for Himesh. And then every interview, she started saying, oh, no, I used to hate those people who were just sitting next to me. They used to smell a lot. And I wasn't begging, I was just taking care of them. So she was lying. So when you can accept your past, then that's a sign of someone weaker because you're not comfortable. But you have been really, I mean, every time I've spoken to you, you shared with me many of your stories. Just you told me, look, this is where I was, this is what I was doing and everything. So if you could, we are talking about resilience today, the inner strength to face all the stressful situations in life and the obstacle and how you bounce back. So if you could share any stories from your childhood, from your adult life, anything that would be useful for people and how you bounced back and what was your inspiration?
Well, thanks a lot. Firstly, to my for inviting me. All of a sudden, I just came to know.
Always.
But, I was really like feeling excited.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
great.
Anyway,
That's what we
yeah.
want.
And yeah, thanks a lot for the question. Anyway, you meant the resilience, and yes, obviously, I have shared a couple of times and many times
Hmm.
with you about my past and how I came up to this point today. And yeah, so yeah, I got quite a few stories. Anyway, one of the um, one of the stories of my life I would like to share with everyone, which is related to my very childhood time. Um, I'm from Bangladesh and I grew up in Dhaka, and obviously, issue in my childhood time was
Hmm.
about my family. When my parents divorced, and I was taken to my mother's side, basically. So my mother took me to her family, where I grew up, apparently. And what happened, like, my mother got married, and that was like late 80s. So I was very young, and during that time, as you can imagine, in our country, in Bangladesh, the socio-economic situation
Hmm.
about a woman with a child and divorced, how it could be,
Hmm.
and how affecting it could be for the child and for the
Hmm.
mother.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was a big thing which I always share with everyone. I mean, I always share this story with my students where I used to teach. I
Hmm.
mean, like students from grade 8 or year 7. So the reason why I want to share this story with everyone, I think that will help people realize so many aspects of life and how happy or how lucky some people, although they don't realize that
Mm.
Exactly.
perhaps.
Mm.
Exactly.
So yeah, so what happened? Like yeah, so my mother took me. I grew up there, and my mother married to someone else. So did my father. And then, the stepfather and stepmother, the circumstance or the notion we have in our country. Back in those days, it was quite difficult for me.
Hmm.
So one of the feeling I could share that when I was starting class 4, the time my mother got married to someone else. I don't have any complaint about that my mother or my parents got divorced and my mother or both of them got married to someone else. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's absolutely fine. It didn't work out for them, and they divorced and they got married to someone else, which is fine.
Mm.
So my point was like I was left in no man's land.
Yeah.
Apparently, although I had my family members like my aunt, my grandfather and grandmothers, some of them really adored me and still they love me a lot. Um, uh, and my mother, the biggest mistake she did, I would say, I wasn't allowed to meet up with my grandfather. I mean, my dad's family.
Oh,
Mm.
So I
okay.
never talked to my dad
Hmm.
until I was like 2 years old. So, and my father's dad, my grandfather,
Yeah.
he died as well because I was taken to my mother's side and they couldn't see me, and he was very much shocked for that, and because he loved me a
Oh.
lot,
Hmm.
and he couldn't bear it, and he just got stroke, and he died anyway. That was a sad thing, and lately with my mother family, so I could realize that the discrimination between me and when my stepsister was born. Although I love her a lot because I I used to see her since she was like born, and I used to like
Hmm.
grew up her like my own child because
Yeah.
we got very gap in
That's your
age.
stepsister.
So,
Mm.
yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
it's almost 13 years gap
Okay.
between me and.
Wow.
So and yeah, and every time I any potential or any creative work or any sport thing, for instance, I used to love play cricket.
Hmm.
And also music, I started my own when I was like 5 years old or 6 years old. I used to like sing. I used to copy songs from others when I listen to music. I Whenever I get any guitar from someone else, I used to like try to compose some songs, some melodies, and I was trying to like strumming, and those things. But I never had any formal training or anything. So so this is how I like grew up with my own passionate things that I was like really fond of. And then suddenly what happened, like I had to stop playing cricket because my cricket bats, my cricket kits, they were like burned by my stepfather. The reason why, because I never attended school, because the school I was sent to, the environment I never find well, because I was bullied by the students and the teachers because of my mother's second marriage and the stepfather thing, issues like that. Anyway, and then
back in the 90s.
Suddenly, back in early 90s.
Okay.
And then what happened, like even from music, I had to really struggle to like carry on music. So when I was like in college first year, my guitar, I never had any guitar of my own. I always like learned it from someone else's guitar, and I used to like perform sometimes. Oops. Yeah, sorry, I think it was broken down.
No,
so I used to like perform. I used to perform with someone else's guitar. So I used to like borrow guitar from people, or people who I used to teach guitar sometimes.
Wow.
And then this is how I like continued my musical journey. And I was banned. I was prohibited to perform music because one day a guitar that I borrowed from a friend, that was like nicked from me, from some people from the other street, and then it affected really badly. And my mother was like furious, and then she made me like promise touching the Holy Quran, and so I never perform.
Oh my god! That's what we are talking about.
Never play guitar. I don't sing any live. Yeah, so that was very tough time for me because I was quite young, and I could never like stop really like practicing music. Then suddenly I continued somehow. I mean, hiddenly or secretly. I went to music school. But I mean, which was like obviously secretly I did, and the finance I used to like get by teaching someone else guitar, basic guitar strumming thing, and I used to get like 400 taka, and I used to like walk 5 miles every Thursday secretly, so nobody knows where I'm going to and when I left home, and then secretly I came back home, but I never had any harmonium or to practice or rehearse those notes, for singing. And I couldn't continue for more than 2 months because someone knew or got informed about that. And then she was like, she got furious about that, and she stopped me there. I mean, although I was like trying to do my own. So this is how. And then in 2008, I managed to come this country, and then I finished my education by thorough hardship, one of the most hardships in time, I could say, in my life. I spent until 2016. And then I finished my education, I went back home. And then the enlightened moment came, to be honest, when I like physically met, when I like in person met with Makhok, Maksud Bhai.
Maksud Haq, Feedback.
And former Feedback singer and the leader of Maksud Dhaka band. So I was like taken to Kustia, to Laman Shahid Akra. I learned how Guru Karjo works out from Makhok, and then he invited me to join to his band Maksud Dhaka, and I was quite surprised to know, because I still think that I'm not eligible to be a member of that band, because to me this is quite a big thing. And
I know. I know one thing. It's background information, because he loves to have you as his backup vocal as well, and he doesn't feel comfortable when you're not singing with him, right? Yeah. So you're being modest, so I had to add that one. And you are a great songwriter, and you write your own lyrics. You're a composer, despite all the obstacles that you had faced. But why I'm saying that, because when I was listening to your story, I was thinking how fortunate I had been in life when I could choose whether I would play keyboard, guitar, or sing. And only thing, I had to go in a contract with my mother. Her thing was,
Wow.
we will teach you how to play guitar. I'll get a teacher for you who will teach you how to play guitar if you learn how to sing. And she got me 2 teachers who's to come to my house, and one who's to teach me how to sing, one who's to teach me how to play the guitar. So
Spoiled.
my only agreement that I had, it was a contract that, okay, just to make you happy, my mother, I said, I'm going to learn how to sing, but so that I can learn how to play guitar. And they were so happy, and my father and mom both were quite on board with that. And even though my father would at some point, he would be worried that because I got so involved with singing as well, even though that was part of the deal, and I never thought that I would care about singing, I would be a guitarist. But I got really serious. But when I was listening to your story, and we know what a good singer you are,
Yes, you are.
and I don't know, are you at home now?
I'm at home, yes.
Yeah, I think you should sing something for
I
us.
too.
And probably one of our favorite songs as well. It'd be great. It could be Shesh Koruna or Kacher Manush. That's a song I really love. And Esther's favorite as well, when you sing that. So I think you should perform a couple of songs for us. If the guitar is near you, you're near there. And we'd wait if we have to. You can pick up your guitar. In the meantime, we can continue the conversation. So, how about some songs for us?
Do you feel on the spot, Shakib? That's totally.
I mean, he's a performer. He had been in bigger
is.
stages.
I know. I'm not worried about him at all.
But the thing is that I think the resilience he had shown. Let's get back to that before we go into his singing.
Yeah.
That now where he is, this is one of the reasons why I want you to sing. All the obstacles you had. First of all, children from a broken family, they suffer mentally. That's one of the things. That's one of the worries. And after that, to stay in the right path, continue with your education and being involved with something creative, which always, they say that it makes you stronger to face uncertainty and make you resilient, because you create neural pathways in your brain, and you create new things, and you come up with novel ideas, because a creative person can think about abstract ideas which no one else can normally. This is why it's very... people encourage that children should be taught music from a very young age. This is a practice in the Western world, even in Bangladesh as well. It happens in Asia as well. It happens. So I really thank you. I mean, we both thank you for keeping at the right path and making it. I mean, now you're in England and you are successful in your own way, and you are pursuing your education, you're planning for a PhD, but all the things that's happened, and on top of that, you're a great musician yourself. So we'd like to listen to some music. Probably people are telling me off horribly. They're like, okay, Ershad, stop talking, let him sing. So I'm going to let you sing now.
Before I sing, to be honest, I mean, I must acknowledge, as you know, obviously, you both of you know very well, more than anyone else. I must acknowledge Neha. Except whom, actually, I couldn't be where I am today.
Yeah.
So
you need the right person to push you forward.
You have the right partner, that's for sure.
And the sense of gratitude is such a good thing. Always keep it. It's very important in life. On that note, so thanks to Neha as well.
Yay! We love you.
I love you too. All right.
Okay, so everyone, Shakib is going to sing a song for you, or a couple of songs. And we have quite a few audience already. People are there. I saw that the number didn't change. So everyone was listening to your story. Now they're ready to listen to you sing.
Thank you. All right.
Guitar and everything.
Maybe the first song. I'm going to sing, what do you call it? The Kacher Manush.
Kacher Manush.
Maybe after that song, if I'm allowed.
Okay, oh yeah, sure, please.
But the song I'm going to sing, Age Jodi Janitam, of Lucky Akun Bhai, late Lucky Akun Bhai, a greatest song, so which I always love to sing, And yeah, obviously, you're welcome to sing with me, please.
No, it's fine. It might not work.
কিসের তরে রয়ে গেলি তুই ও মনরে কিসের তরে রয়ে গেলি তুই আগে যদি জানিতাম তবে মন ফিরে যাইতাম এই চালায়ার প্রাণে সহে না রে এই চালায়ার প্রাণে সহে না আগে যদি জানিতাম তবে মন ফিরে যাইতাম এই চালায়ার প্রাণে সহে এই চালায়ার প্রাণে বলেছি তুই যে আমার আমি নাকি ভুলে যাব ভুলে আমি ঠিক তো যেতাম বলেছিলি তুই যে আমার আমি নাকি ভুলে যাব ভুলে আমি ঠিক তো যেতাম তোরই মতো কোনো দিন আমিও যে ভুলে যাব তোরই মতো কোনো দিন আমিও যে ভুলে যাব তবু এই জ্বালা প্রাণে সহে না রে এই জ্বালায়ার প্রাণে সহে না আগে যদি জানিতাম তবে মন ফিরে চাইতাম এই জ্বালায়ার প্রাণে সহে না এই জ্বালায়ার প্রাণে সহে না Thank you so much.
Yay,
Amazing.
so nice.
Great.
We're having comments coming in
Thank
as you
you.
were singing.
Yeah, we should read them out quickly.
Yeah, we have a bunch of people with
It's
clapping and
Alpha
blushing.
Siam, I think probably you know him. Siam, watching from Bangladesh, our pride Mimo Bhaiya. Mimo is trying to get reconnected in the meantime. Probably it's the reception. Let's see.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll get him
everyone
back.
for your support.
So
Really
everyone who's
nice.
watching, Mimo is still on the line or he's coming back soon. Yeah, he's back. So yeah, and
Sam.
Neha Kurim, she was blushing, as we can see. Anwar Sadi, my daughter, is also watching the program. Oh,
Oh,
great.
nice.
Hasnu Kabir from America. She's saying, love you both.
Yeah,
Oh,
and you got
thank
did you,
you.
Mimo, did you see there's a very nice message from a friend of yours? Alphas.
Yes.
Yeah, he
Alpha
was
Steve.
watching from Bangladesh. Our
Thank you,
pride,
Sam.
Mimo. Woohoo!
Thank you, Sam.
Very nice.
And Progga is watching, Anwar Sadi's daughter. And we have Hasnu Kabir from America. She's my aunt.
Nice.
Amazing. Oh, yeah. Shakib, now our favorite song, which I love how you had treated the song and how you have kind of remade and made it your version. It's the song you like.
Oh, my favorite song.
Yeah.
Yes. I never remember the name, but I know that
Kacher Manush.
we all know it's Esther's favorite song. I think we'll
All
we'll,
right.
we'll
Thank you.
dedicate it to Neha.
Yeah.
Oh, Hasnu Kabir. She's from Bangladesh.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I don't know if she's visiting probably.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So over to you, Mimo.
All right. Thank you. কাছের মানুষ কাছে এসে দূরে সরে হলে ভাবে মনে আরাছে যে হায় ভালোবাসা দেখা হলো বেদনায় হায় ভালোবাসা দেখা হলো বেদনা ছেড়ে মানুষ কাছে এসে দূরে সরে যায় অনুযোগে নয় কোনো নয় কেন ভালোবাসা যদি পালাতে হয় অনুযোগে নয় কোনো কেন ভালোবাসা যদি পালাতেই হয় প্রিয়জন কাছে এসে ফেরা পথটা খোঁজে হায় ভালোবাসা হলো বেদনা হায় ভালোবাসা দেখা হলো বেদনা কাছের মানুষ কাছে এসে দূরে সরে যায় থ্যাংক ইউ
Yeah. Oh my God. I was muted, but I was singing along the whole time.
that's right
Thank you, Mimo.
And especially whenever you sing that part, Hi Bhalobasha.
yeah
Hi Bhalobasha dekha holo vedonai. Whenever you do that, and she's like, she looks at me, she's like, oh.
thank you
Oh God. Very nice.
No, it's this one, and there's another song probably since you're here, and another song that she loves to sing, and she wants to sing with us,
Oh God.
which is which one is that?
Shesh Corona.
Shesh Corona. Oh, she knows that. I forgot.
Oh.
She knows. Shesh
All right.
Corona.
I'm not singing though. I'm not singing.
Yeah, you should sing Shesh Corona as well, please. That's a late Alauddin Ali's composition.
Oh. Yes another great song to be honest.
Amazing songs. Some of the songs from the yesteryears in Bangladesh. Amazing composition, great singers, great composers,
Yes.
and the lyrics wise, it's amazing.
Yeah. I have a question.
Absolutely
Are you able to sing along with or not?
There will be a time lag.
There'll be time lag. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, Shakib, over to
yes.
you.
I
And
will,
we have
yes.
Anwar Sadi's request. We want to hear a song from Ershad. Well, definitely. Yeah, every week I end up singing something, just a little bit. But
it's-
today Shakib
But
is
today
sitting with the
we're
guitar.
having a testament to resilience.
Testament to
Mimo is a
resilience.
testament to resilience.
Against all
I'm
obstacles,
so honored.
how he came out victorious, and now we can hear the result.
Exactly.
Thank you so much guys again
Absolutely.
yeah
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
so
for it.
guys ready শেষ করোনা শুরুতে খেলা না ভেঙো না দ্বীপ জেলে নিতে শেষ করো না শুরুতে খেলা না ভেঙো না দ্বীপ জেলে নিতে মন যদি নাহি দাও মন তো দিও না শেষ করো না শুরুতে খেলা না ভেঙো না দ্বীপ জেলে দিও না এতটুকু জীবন তবু কেন আজও ভালো বাসনা চলে যাব খুঁজে খুঁজে আর কবু পাবে না শেষ করো না শুরুতে খেলা না ভেঙো না দ্বীপ জেলে না ভেবে ভেবে আমার এমন পুরো বেদি বলো না ভেবে ভেবে আমার এমন পুরো বেদি বলো না শেষ করো না শুরুতে খেলা না ভেঙো না দ্বীপ জেলে দিও না
I'm doing a single-handed
Thank
Mexican
you.
wave. Oh, it's really
Oh,
nice.
thank you,
We're
Mimo.
having so many lovely feedback coming in as you were singing. And also,
How are you?
Mu Chowdhury was saying, awesome singing, as always, Mimo, uncle. And Sumitra Biswas is also watching. And it's really nice. We have lots of love hearts and thumbs up coming while you were singing. You're good for our program.
Thank you so much.
No, I mean, especially for today's topic. I
Yeah.
remember it's a Sunday and you should be probably at home. That's why I wanted you to join. And since
Yeah.
it's a sign, I would like to thank you first of all being so forthcoming and also to be so comfortable with all the struggles that you've been through.
Yeah.
The main issue is, and the success is that you have faced it, you have built up that strength within you and the resilience. And now we can see you, and there's no harm in it. People sometimes don't want to accept their past. But what you have learned through it, that's
Yes.
your lesson.
Yeah. And a good lesson for everyone else who's watching now and also for the future. So thank you very much for supporting us in this on a Sunday evening.
Oh, Mimo is there. Mimo, can I request you one last song?
Yeah.
Jyotsna Bihar?
Jyotsna Bihar. That's another song that I cannot resist to sing.
Yeah, okay, great. That's
we
good
love
for
you
us.
cannot resisting.
Yeah, we love that. Do it. Because I see there's some very avid listeners. They're waiting, and I just don't want to disappoint them suddenly by, shutting you off. So you should sing one last song because at 8 we'll be finishing anyway. So we would finish with your song.
It's 10 to 9.
Oh, 10 to 9? No, not
Thank
10
you so
to 9.
much for really.
Oh, his watch hasn't been changed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't listen to her. Mute her mic. Yeah, Mimo, please take over.
Sorry.
All right. রাতকে বলি চোখ বুঝে তুই থাক, যে আসে যায় চমকে সে না যায়। রাতকে বলি রাতের আসে কেউ, সাবধানে চোখে রাখতে বলি যে অনেক দিনে অনেক পরিচয়ে হাত ধরা ঘুম থেকে নিয়ে চোখ খুলে দেখি কেউ নেই শুনে ধরতে হেরে গেছে, দেখতে হেরে গেছে, হাত বাড়ালে নেই কেউ নেই, একা নিজে রাত রাতের মতো রাত, জ্যোৎস্না ছড়ায় জ্যোৎস্নার মতো হাত, সাত পাঁচ ভেবে কে কবে আসে, সাবধানে চোখে বলেছে অনেক দিন অনেক পরিচয়, আত্মটা ঘুম থেকে নিয়ে চোখ খুলে দেখি কেউ নেই কেউ নেই, ধরতে হেরে গেছে, দেখতে হেরে গেছে, হাত বাড়ালে নেই কেউ নেই, একা নিজে la 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 বলে স্বপ্ন জোৎস্না বিহার, জ্যোৎস্না রাত্রি পূজা, আমি বলি বিহার, স্বপ্নে ছুরি চোখে আঘাত, ঘুরতে হেরে গেছি, দেখতে হেরে গেছি, হাত বাড়ালে নেই কেউ নেই, একা নিজে Thank you.
Awesome, Mimo. Thank you
Great,
so much.
loved it.
We were rocking it out here with you.
Yeah, he gave it his all out today.
Yeah,
Amazing.
good.
Even you sang the guitar solo.
I know, it's amazing.
It sounded good. And we have quite a lot of comments here now. Tosif Mustafa Shorin, you probably know him. He's the guitarist and the band leader of Blue Jeans. He's saying
He says it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
And Mocho
Thank
3,
you so much.
Esther already read that. Awesome singing as always, Mimo Uncle. And
Lots of
Neha,
lots of hearts flying as you were
Neha's
singing.
nice singing, Mimo. So yeah, and also everywhere, hearts
Thank
flowing,
you.
flying, everything. Amazing. A great job, Mimo. I mean, it's really nice today. I feel good that we have done it on Sunday. There's some new audience we are getting as well.
Yeah.
Normally, we don't get to see
Yeah.
them on weekdays, and especially for you as well. Probably, work and other commitments during a weekday and start of the week. So
Yeah.
probably it's not possible. And I was missing out on you as well. I was thinking that Mimo should be here singing, and also there are a lot of things we can talk
Thank
about.
you.
And what you shared with us today, that was something
Really
very
helpful.
important.
Very helpful.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I think people would be inspired.
Yes. I'm inspired.
Yeah. I think at some point I felt Esther would cry.
It's true.
Yeah, I saw
Thank
her.
you
I
so
saw her on
much.
screen and I was like, okay, she's welling up and I see the tears in her eyes.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
Oh, so nice of you.
No, especially I was feeling bad when I heard about
Oh,
how your guitar was broken at some point,
my
when even
God.
you are forced to touch the Quran, the holy book, so
Yeah.
to make promise that you won't
Yeah.
sing. So what a loss it would have been if
Yeah.
it happened.
And well done for you persisting, because here you are today, an awesome singer, an awesome songwriter, and awesome everything.
Amazing. Yeah.
No, I'm really honored, and
Our pleasure.
grateful for today that you have invited me to
Absolutely.
talk on sing and share my stories. And obviously, it's always great to catch up with you guys.
Yes, we agree.
Don't need to, mention.
Yeah, we have missed
Yeah.
it for a while.
I know, we haven't done it for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. So we should get back to it, definitely.
Yeah.
So Shakib, I won't hold you back. It's a Sunday and again workday starts tomorrow. So probably you'd like to spend the evening, do your own thing, watch some movies, cook some pulao, biryani, or because the Shakib is a great cook as well.
He is a good cook.
He's a very good cook. So we have been fortunate enough to have tasted his cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, all rounder, very good, great guy.
Thank you.
Have a great Sunday, Shakib. Thank you very, very much for being part of the show.
Thank you both again. Thank you
Absolutely.
for being.
Always
for
our
having me
pleasure.
today. Thank you.
Absolutely. Take care.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Yeah. Take
Bye,
care.
Shakib.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
So yeah, that was Shakib
Aw.
Khan Mimo in London,
Nice.
and
So awesome.
he's like a family
He is.
friend.
He's like our brothers.
But yeah, and the story he had to share, definitely people who've been staying there, listening to his story, and from the beginning to end, and then his performance, that's the culmination. And that's the result of being resilient. And that's an example, literally. You could see that when you stay strong and how your inner strength, where it can take you,
Yeah.
how comfortable you get with the obstacles in life, and what you can become.
Yeah.
And the circumstances that is we are thrown at, sometimes we don't have any control over them.
True.
But it's our reaction,
Yeah.
how I will handle it, how I will persist through it, and what I will become out of that. And during that moment, you decide that what you will be, what you'll become in life. And that's what he has proven. So that's why Shakib was a very valid contender, contributor
Yeah.
in every respect.
Yeah.
I have a lot of words, but I can add to it.
He faced and embraced.
Faced and
every way.
embraced.
Yeah, it's the new
So
motto.
that's the new motto. And for this episode, we'd say face it and embrace it.
Yeah,
In life, all the troubles and everything that you face in life.
Yeah.
And all the people who have joined us today for this live stream of
Really
Knowing Who
nice.
You Are. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Lot
You'd
of
been
new
there.
names,
A lot of new
also,
names, a
yeah.
lot of new people. And we can see the viewership is always, more people are engaging.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I always mention every week, one of the aim is we want to create a community around some depth.
Yeah.
It's not about, definitely, even this music has relevance. You can see what an amazing musician, an artist, I would say rather, he has become. He writes his own song. Today we didn't get to hear because of my own request. He had done all cover songs, but he has amazing song. Some of the songs I
yeah.
recorded myself and working on it as well.
Yeah.
So I would say for this live stream, we came on Sunday. Probably we'll try to come back on Sunday next week as well. I think that's a good timing for most of you out there, listeners, audience. because it's easier for you to probably take it easy on a Sunday evening, especially I think in London, in America, in Bangladesh, I think it's already quite late at night, around 11, 12, so it should be okay for you. So anyone who hasn't called and anyone who has called, well, Shakib is the only one who called today, but a lot of messages we received.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you all for your contribution, for taking part in it, in the conversation. We would like to hear more from you in future. And if you join us and if you let us know that stories, if you share with us, because through your experience, all the message we are trying to get across, that would be successful on our part. And that's what Knowing Who You Are platform and the podcast is all about.
Yeah, because as much as we have a lot of stories that we can brief on or relate to or anecdotes we can tell, this is not about us. This is about us collectively, and that includes you.
And Shakib's messages after he finished, because he couldn't write when he was singing, he said, thanks a lot, guys. Love you both. We love you too.
Yeah, I love you too.
Yeah, he's like my brother. He's like my younger brother. And Shakib Khanmiwan, he said, next time I would love to present my own songs. Definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
love that.
I would think about a way how we can bring you on video as well so
Maybe
people
you should
can
come
see you.
in the studio next time.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Then we have
let's
to
do it.
find a way. Okay, we'll
you can
think.
take my seat for a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
You guys can jam it.
Okay.
Jam it out for knowing who you
Okay.
are. Face it, embrace it, face it. Okay, fine.
Okay, yeah. So guys,
beatbox in the background.
yeah. And towards the end, as you know, towards the end of the show, Esther always gets hyper. So that's the time.
I'm ready for my bonus bar.
Yeah, it's signaled for me to finish this show. And it's 8 o'clock now. Well, by the way, time changed.
was just this
so
watch.
the analog you need
It
to
was just this watch.
yeah,
I haven't worn it since
you had two
summertime.
phones and the screen and my watch here as
I
well.
know, and I'm looking at my watch.
No,
going,
I understand. It's dedication. She forgot everything.
I'm so into the moment,
Yeah.
and it's not like this doesn't happen before. You know, I mean, I do often lose track of what I'm
So
doing.
yeah, no
Like the fact
problem.
that you're having to point to my mic each
Yeah.
time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on a mic.
So tonight I think we both would like to finish now. So
Yeah.
we could have carried on a little bit,
Well,
but
we
the
could
thing
carry
is,
on forever, but then
Yeah.
you know, we need to think with time. And
we need to think with time. We have our own commitments,
we
own
do.
things to do, and
Movies
she
to-
needs to
movies to watch.
finish the last Mars bar she has. She's stashing out. So that's the only sugar rush she is allowed this week, probably. Nice couple ever. Best wishes to both of you. Tanima Tasnim, thank you. So
Thank
sweet of you.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
And okay.
I agree.
Yeah, she agrees as well, Tanima.
I
And
agree. He's nice.
if you like to give us a call,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you'd like to, you can call us through WhatsApp. Unfortunately, direct phone call won't work, but you can call through WhatsApp and we can. And Neha is saying, enjoy your life. Thanks a lot, guys. So Tanima, if you leave a message, if you have been watching or if you're just joining now, if you have a message, you can always give us a call. We have still a few minutes left for the show.
Or
And
she can call next week.
you can call next
There's
week.
no time for you now.
There-
Next
so
week again.
we are
do it
planning to
every week.
come
Every week.
next Sunday, and every week we have this live stream.
Yeah.
So
Sunday or Monday, depending on our work as well.
yeah, Sunday or Monday. And so that you know, we do our podcast every week. We post an interview where I interview people, experts, and people who had been through some kind of journey in their life. And all these messages of resilience, uncertainty, and the strength and facing the realities of life and all the how you bounce back and how you face all the inevitable situations, the circumstances in life, and how they have become that successful they are, how you become proactive and productive in life. What are the best methods, a daily routine, a productive life plan, dietary charts, and everything, whatever they want to talk about. So you can listen to our podcast if you go to YouTube, Knowing Who You Are, Spotify, same thing, Knowing Who You Are, and Amazon Music or Apple Podcast. And also now on Facebook, you can listen to the podcast as well. Facebook has added this new tab. So all the podcasts are there as well. In Knowing Who You Are pages, you can go and have a listen. Syra just joined.
Syra,
Hey guys,
Syra,
I
we
just
were
joined.
about to sign off.
Yeah, we're about to
We were
sign
like,
up.
where is Sarah?
You missed all the performances. We had music from Shakib Khan Mimo. You can catch up anyways.
Yes, it will
It'll be on the wall.
recorded. Yes.
So nice to see Syra. Yeah, we are doing great, Syra.
Hey, look, Tanima said she will call.
Oh,
Says, okay, I will.
Tanima,
Okay,
if
I
you're
will
calling now,
or next week.
if you're calling now, you can call us. And Sarah says no way. There's a time lag between the messages and when we are passing on the message. So yeah, and I'll keep on talking. And Tanima, if you still want to give us a call on WhatsApp, please do so. And because you leave us lovely messages every week, and even on the podcast and all the live shows we have done, I've seen your messages. So it'd be really nice of you if you can pick up the phone, and we'd like to listen to you and hear your voice. And people like you are really great inspiration for anything we do. And these are lifelines, kind of.
Yeah.
So in the meantime,
Lifelines to the live line.
okay.
Sorry.
Lifeline to the live stream. Okay. So that's what I would add in terms of knowing who you are. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And if you subscribe to that, you have a lot of new episodes. You can see that. And we are coming up with shorts as well, YouTube shorts. So then you have 3-4 minutes clips. This is what I'm planning for. It should be there very soon on the platforms, because it's easier sometimes when it's 1 hour show. You might not be able to listen to it or go through or watch it. Then if it's small pieces of information or advice, it might be helpful for you. So Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, YouTube, and also Facebook, you can listen. And every week we have this live stream. So we'd like to wrap up everything that we do throughout the week, all the posts you're bombarded with, and we try to bring this information to you. That's why we do it. So on that note, if no one is calling now, I think no one is calling. Anyone? No, probably not. So we'd like to sign off for tonight and catch you again most probably next Sunday. If not, we'll be on Monday.
Yeah.
But I'm planning on Sunday. Let's keep to that and see you soon again. On that note, from both of us, Esther and I,
Good night.
goodbye.